seems white isn't being picked up on the overlay. So hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Just gotta fix that. There we go. Yeah, it was Ryota-kun who did the layout. He did a really good job. I guess he wants me to call him instead of using the broadcast thing. I guess that's fine. I guess I'll just call him. Hello.
Hi.
Might need to adjust this real quick.
How's it going?
It's going okay. How about you?
I need to mute Twitch.
I gotta ask you. I already asked them how that's going.
I thought I would just call you. But yeah, I can also use the room next time.
Yeah.
I hope everyone can hear me.
Yeah, they should be able to hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. I was too excited.
Yeah. I just left the room and said, so we just have this call, so it's fine. The call is better if we want to use a webcam stuff in the future, so.
Yeah, right. Anyway, I hope my voice is heard.
Yeah.
Already 60 odd viewers on stream.
So the dude on the call is Xhu98 and and I am Triton Baduk.
New kid on the block.
we're just we're brand new, starting to stream this stuff.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. Okay, I can do that. His
Right.
is louder in a different way. Let's see.
Nice setup, huh? Really
Yeah.
good overlay made by Ryota-kun.
Yeah, it's really good. You did a good job.
For those of you watching right now, this is the opening match of the Creators Invitational Tournament 2018. And we're about to commence commentary on the first game. This opening match, we've got you a great one with Firzen, 6 down on tie gem, and Brandon, 9 down on tie gem. And this is a match from Group D. Brandon is actually seed number 2 of the entire tournament, while Firzen is number 10.
Mm-hmm. And they've actually played each other a few times before on our Cats Play Go streams.
Oh, really?
Firzen has won a couple times, but they're always playing for fun.
Really?
So, it's hard to tell.
Firzen's got a good record then.
Well, Firzen, Brandon has the better record, but Firzen has won a few games, I believe. You'll have to see what happens.
That's good.
He's laughing.
For those of you who have been following this tournament, we rolled out the draw yesterday, and there is now a tournament website for those of you who wish to follow the progress of the entire event. I can post a link here. You can also access it by typing openstudyroom.org/CIT2018 to follow the brackets, the groups, and everything, basically. We have 16 players, 16 of the best content creators online.
Ryota-kun did the layout. That was the, as I said, he did a good job.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thanks for having me, Triton.
Oh, no problem. I was just going to do it by myself, but, you know, more fun with more people.
Yeah, I realized that this year I can finally relax more and just watch other people stream. It's been a while since we had the last one. You guys remember from 2016, we had the last Creators Invitational Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we're proud to have a team of organizers, namely the Open Study Room, Gorgeous Internet Go School, and the Surrounding Game Movie.
Mm-hmm.
So many exciting announcements to come, I expect. Actually, I only heard about this game taking place about 3 hours ago, but looks like we're in for a great one. And I kind of wanted to be part of the opening game.
You wanted to be part of the opening game. That's why you want to do this. I see.
It would be nice, you know. It's not.
It's not because you wanted to do commentary with me. I know. I get it. Yeah. So I did start a review.
Well,
did you join the review room?
Because I feel like your audio quality is honestly so good that I feel a little bit bad.
You don't have to make up anything now. It's fine. But yeah, are you in the review room?
Let me try to find it.
That we can give each other control if we need to, right?
Mm-hmm. So the game's already started.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty quickly, actually.
It's only a few minutes into the game, and it seems like they're already at move 26. Usually, some players do take a lot more time in the opening.
Yeah, both these players are pretty fast, though.
Huh. A battle of the two of the faster players, then.
Something along those lines, yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see some fresh faces in this tournament, as well as some of our older friends. For example, Andrew Jackson.
Let me see if I can get that.
But also some newcomers. For example, Night Force and Brandon certainly wasn't in the Creators Invitational last time.
Oh, no, he wasn't. People are asking random questions everywhere. Gotta look for them.
To answer Daniel's question, I feel bad for my own audio quality because Trident's audio quality is really good.
Yes, felt bad for Trident, so he's helping commentate. That makes sense.
Love you too.
Oh, good. Moo to you. Thanks for posting that in the chat on OGS. All right, the time and everything should be fine on the layout now, and we can get to the review.
Digital Sleeve asks Xhu98 what it's like to stream from a truck stop bathroom. It's okay.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah.
You didn't sound very convincing with that. I'm sorry.
I can manage. We've been there before. That's how I did my streams the first year.
At least you can order some nachos easily. Yes, Digital Sleeve. I guess that is a plus if he's in the right area. You can just let... The chat's always a lot of fun. Yeah, so
it looks like this game is progressing very quickly.
Yeah, so you want to take a look at the opening?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So of course, Firzen here's black, and I guess he started off. He started off with Sanrinsei.
Oh.
Yeah, there's going to be commentary about the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Sanrinsei. but I know it's
It's one of the classics.
It's a classic opening, but I know Brandon feels very comfortable against it. He's probably going to be very confident he can win.
I know Brandon has been very, very confident. He believes he can beat anyone.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting Sanrin-Sei as well. Mutiu too.
Yeah, it's one of the openings we all know, mostly because of Takumi Yamasaki's games, and we all, most of us, did fall in love with his attacking style. It was my childhood favorite.
Yeah, I never really checked out his games, truthfully.
Yeah, actually, the AlphaGo teaching tool suggests that the Sanrin-Sei has a 44% win rate. Most openings do have a win rate of less than 50%, slightly, because of the Komi.
Yeah, it's about like 45 to 46% is basically even on the AlphaGo teaching tool.
So Sanrin-Sei is 44%, not that far off. It is a risky opening, though, so you do have to have really good fighting skills if your opponent does decide to invade. When you play Sanrin-Sei, you're more likely to give away territory to your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So it is one of these openings that do need to be taken care of with caution.
So here in the bottom, though, White decides to attach directly to the stone instead of doing something like pulling back, which would be possibly the more normal variation here.
I think so.
So how do you feel? Like, how do you feel about
the
this?
Speed. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, because with this, what happened in the game was that Black gets to push here because Black doesn't actually want the corner anyway. So he's just able to build a little bit of a bigger wall.
Might not be bad to play S3 actually instead of O4. This push is a good exchange for White. So as you can see, White is all settled now in the bottom right. I think I would just play S3 and force White to fix that shape in some way. But it looks like Black is undeterred as he.
Yeah, I guess. If you play S3, Brandon or White will just push here. And it does feel like, I mean, it feels like you do have to respond. Like you can't play on the bottom yet because you do have the Sanrin-Sei formation.
It's probably a move at N2 there, the peep that we've seen before. And Black has Sente, so he can do things in this variation.
But do you think he would still Tanuki?
Possibly, but it is a very large bottom side. White.
That's why I agree with the push that he did in the game. Because now, I
actually think that if you play Sanrin-Sei, you have to have a good view of the global position. It's very important not to get stuck into trying to force yourself to make territory or a large moyo in that area. Rather to have an influence-based mind and just achieve a balanced game. It can be very difficult if you try really hard to make one area a large moyo and then putting all your eggs in one basket, and then if your opponent settles really well, then you could be behind in terms of territory, especially that Black has a Komi. It might be difficult to overcome that sometimes.
Yeah. And yeah, the resizing on the live board sort of has problems in OBS that I haven't figured out yet, but on full screen it all looks fine.
Yeah,
but as I was saying though, I liked the push by Black because now if White turns, then it's a bit of a different situation. Like Black can Tanuki and there's not really as much weakness in the shape. No, Black has to deal with Komi is what he was saying.
Yeah. I thought I'd take a look at the chat every once in a while, or actually constantly. There is a bit of a lag as we address the game and you guys posting comments, but I try to address any questions you guys might have about the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. This is a very high-level tournament, Triton.
Yeah, I
right?
think most of the players are like 5 down or higher.
I believe that the top half of the players are all Taijam 7 dan at least.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
So the standard this year is very high.
Mm-hmm.
So we do expect some very high-level play, even in the groups. We will get to see some very nice games going on.
Black could push. Lose 0-0-0 asked if Black should push again at N4, and Black could do that. It is possible. White could Hane or extend here, but I think it's fine not to do it right now because White, as I said, White turning is already not sort of a Sente move. It's not gonna ruin Black's shape at all. So it's fine for him to Tanuki at this point.
Yeah, so I think Black has carried on and played a Yungrensei, which means 4 star points opening. So I think it's pretty clear what Black is trying to achieve here. I still have some uncertain feelings about the Yungrensei because mostly White can play a 3-3 invasion and leave Black really conflicted on which side to block from. And then White has Sente to invade the central Moyo. And at the high level, it's pretty difficult to kill groups as we reach, down level. It's easier to make things happen out of an open area and live with 2 eyes, but it's really difficult to kill a group because then you have to account for everything that your opponent might come up with.
Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about him not just taking the corner here? Because Brandon decided to approach instead.
I think he's okay. Brandon is probably very confident about settling and getting a good results. Serial says, no banter this time. I seriously prefer Black to White this game.
Well, I do sort of feel like Black's position is definitely not that bad in the actual game. So we can move a little bit further.
Well, it seems that Black has a large right side, and then that's one of the things to watch out for, because after Black's kick and jumping out at Q14, it's a natural trend that Black will make a 4th line territory on the right side.
Mm-hmm. 07 is old-fashioned nowadays. 017, as a Frozen Soul says.
The approach.
Well, Brandon studies mostly games from about the 1920s to 1950s, so I guess he would be very old-fashioned in the way that he approaches the game in general. But see, in the game, it does seem like Black is trying to get a little bit of profit here. But it doesn't seem like White can counterattack in any way.
Speaking of Twitch chat, there's a Frozen Soul appearing. He'll be one of our co-commentators later this week, I hope.
We'll see what happens. I'm not sure I like the 013 move by White. I don't know if I like that shape.
Yeah, some weaknesses.
Like the normal shape, of course, would just be this large Knights move here.
Yeah, N13. Something like that, right?
Yeah. And White can settle at any time by playing M17 later.
Mm-hmm.
So this move's just here to break up the Moyo potential instead of settling directly. His move isn't bad, I guess, but it just feels like there's more that black can take advantage of this way.
It's a bit strange.
Mm-hmm.
So, black realizing that might be a problem if his 2 stones on top side is under attack.
Yeah, just needs to strengthen him before he can attack severely.
Yeah.
White just takes the corner because he's confident.
And oh, 1 space low enclosure there. Pretty old school, huh?
Mm-hmm. He likes to just get territory.
I say that, but in almost every game in 2015, I played 1 space low enclosure. I can only say that I'm not the Xhu that I used to be.
Not the
I've
Xhu that he
changed
used
much.
to be. Oh no, he's changed quite a bit.
Changed quite a bit.
This seems like a really decent shape point to attack white with, though.
Yeah, I think he's aiming for an attachment 014 there.
Mm-hmm.
So if white ignores, then there definitely will be a problem. Because as black can cut white apart, and that would be really, really painful. So white has to fix this somehow.
Yeah, so I just kicks here to fix. Which feels a little bit bad, strengthening the opponent like this.
Yeah, it's an exchange between the inside and outside. And we often say the outside exchange is better. Because if you're playing too much inside, then you're confined to a small area.
Yeah.
Well, obviously these are just, theories. You have to do whatever works. Whatever works to achieve your goals. Yeah, sometimes that does involve playing inside.
As Frozen Soul says in the chat, he says kicking is a bad exchange, and I was agreeing with that. I was thinking that he should try in some way to settle in a more efficient way, to settle his shape. But I'm not sure if there's actually a good way to do it. Because like the attachment at Q13 seems like black just gets territory. White does get out, but white still has shape problems. And of course,
to answer Mutu2's question, who is Xhu98 playing first? I'll be playing Night Forest.
Yes,
Night Forest ST on Saturday at I believe 5 p.m. UTC, 10 o'clock in the morning for Pacific time.
Mm-hmm.
So I look forward to that.
Yeah, we'll see who ends up casting that one. That'll be interesting.
Knight is one of my newest work partners. We are working on a project that's very exciting. But I don't hide from anything. It's my book, so that I look forward to. He does have a very fierce looking profile picture, which I find to be my personal favorite among the 16 pictures. Having said that, despite all the friendship, on the Goban, I do have to do the business.
So
yes, I have gone through 97 iterations. Now I'm Xhu98.
No, yeah, that is how it works. Yeah, so I don't really like the way. Oh yeah, could you link the website?
The tournament website?
Yes. Yeah, I don't really like the way that White ended up answering here. I think that White should have tried to do something else, either attaching on this side or trying to do something different in general. But
yeah, I'm not a.
But I do think Black made a small mistake, though.
Yeah, I would think that just extending is okay.
Yeah, just extending seems like it's really good for him.
Shape is really the shape dynamic here is really good for Black because he's gotten White sandwiched in between, and right now it's impossible for White to be too aggressive, such as playing a move like Q12, because he might just get cut apart, and that's really difficult for him to recover from once he's cut into two groups.
Yeah, it's too difficult for White to fight back right now.
So I think and 12 was a bit of a mistake there.
Yeah, let's see how it ended up working, because White can Hane here, which is why I think it was a mistake. And so Black ends up solidifying his fourth line, but White does seem to be out into the center a little bit better.
Yeah. In a way, you can look at this position in a way that when White kicks at N14, instead of extending, Black actually backed off at L14, allowing White to get the tiger's mouth. And then that one peep is basically a Sente exchange. But if you look at it that way, certainly Black didn't get the best we wished for here.
Yeah, he could have. I feel like he could have definitely gotten a better result. Then he jumps here to protect his stones to keep White weak, I guess. I'd be tempted to Tanuki right now, actually, because those two stones on the top aren't cutting anything. And
yeah, Black needs to get Sente and take the initiative somewhere else. He hasn't got the best out of this attacking sequence.
Yeah, so I would probably Tanuki now, but I think it's fine to respond since White's probably going to respond at least one more time. Oh, and then he leans against the bottom.
Yep, Tanuki, and it's not an absolute Sente.
No, I mean,
because White doesn't have life and death problems.
No, but White is fine with responding to this though, because his group on the top's not really under attack, right? And Black isn't building any points with this move.
Yeah, the central, the right side area is difficult to build at this point because White doesn't have a stone at L11. And the way I try to think about this is, if you look at that rough rectangle of 3x5, that's about 15 points to 20 points. But it seems like to me, the wider area is the left side.
Yeah, it does feel like
mostly left side and the bottom.
Yeah, it feels like he should either approach on the bottom or approach on the left side now instead of doing that building / leaning move. It seems it's not like a good timing for it. So let's see. So he just does the one exchange and then he approaches on the left side. So I guess he was trying to make the bottom side worth fewer points for him to approach. But there was no guarantee that White would answer that. So I still don't really care too much for the move. But White just decides to push right away. Which actually kind of makes sense. Because if Black does the double approach, it does.
What is the what is the chat thing about this game?
Oh yeah.
Should we do a poll?
No, people are talking about it. They say they like Black. I know you like your polls.
I do. I realized.
Yeah, but if Black does double approach like this, then I do think that Leela likes White and Bug Kitten likes White, so that's good enough. But I do think this would be fine because White has this push in the center. Black's M5 makes no sense. Yeah, M5 doesn't make much sense to me as well. If it's the coordinates I think it is.
You can try one.
So instead of double approaching, he just takes the corner. You got the pole there. Okay, there's a pole there for everybody.
Should have done it earlier, but I just the idea just came to me.
Yeah, so Black does just decide to take the corner. So you got a bit of the corner on the left side, but I do actually think the position on the bottom is not that bad for White at this point.
Yeah, he's got a very nice area there.
And like the top right corner is still open, so it's not completely solid yet.
Yeah, it seems like black hasn't put too much pressure on white so far.
And black's just taking the left side territory. Slightly bad shape because of this potential for the shoulder hit, but
yeah,
should be fine there for the most part.
So like the shoulder hit Triton.
Need to play it.
No, he didn't. He didn't listen to you.
No, they're further in the game. Isn't the right side like huge? The right side's actually not that huge right now. Because white still has this invasion of the corner, which gets rid of a lot of the points for black and gets white some points there.
And considering
and
that
still
white
potential here. Yeah, there's still potential for invasions, and white can take this corner as well. So white has a lot of points, and when you consider that this might be all of black's points, it is a lot, I guess. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 30 points or so. A little bit more than 30 points. That's not actually that many points. So I would say white's in a better position.
On straw poll, I have a total of 17 votes. 15 are for white at the moment. Next time, if I happen to be on one of those streams, I will start one at the very beginning of the game.
But yeah, so it'd be
kind of like the friendlier version of tie jump betting.
So it'd be 30 points for black over here, and then black on the right side. But black doesn't have that many points on the left side. It's only like 15 points on the left side, maybe a little bit more. And that's 45 points plus maybe the 5 to 10 points on the top. That's not too many points. Because he has to take care of Comey, and then white has a decent amount of points on the bottom, can still take this corner, and has a top left corner. So I would say the game is possibly even, but I sort of am leaning towards liking white because white's groups should be stronger now.
Yeah. And usually in a seemingly even position, you would favor white for the Comey, obviously, and at the moment, white does have stronger shape. It would depend on how black manages to maybe reduce the center or trying to make a large area on the right somehow.
Yeah, someone mentioned something. Bug Kitten said that Black's Sanrense seemed fine, but maybe he was too passive in the bottom left. I don't think it necessarily was the bottom left that was the problem. I think he probably could have answered the bottom right Joseki a bit differently, if we look at that just very quickly. There's potential for him to do lots of different things here. For example, pushing through to get the influence on the outside. White gets the corner here, but with this influence on the outside, it does not actually look that bad for black. He gets the approach at the bottom that looks good, and the approach on the top side looks good for black as well. So this could have been a different possibility for it, and then the game would have gone in a completely different direction. It is Gote, but it builds something else. If white gets the top, you get the pincer here, or you can back off. Q6.
I actually feel like if black plays Sanrense, actually the more modern theory is that in order to achieve a winning position, he needs to kind of still spread his stones. So to still get that fast development going on. So it is important that he is also mindful of the left side, the bottom, the top, even though his main focus seems to be on the right side.
Yeah. But this is just the one of the first spots that I think he could have made some different decisions to change the game. But later on, where I really think the mistake was probably made was in this attack against this group. For example, this kick and black not extending here. Now, I don't necessarily say that the Joseki choice was the best choice there, but just a different type of choice.
So it looks like the game has progressed a little bit there.
Yeah.
Triton. We have this huge fight going on, so...
We were pretty close to that. White does end up taking the corner based on after we were at before.
Yep, Sente, exchange.
Hane's in the middle to keep things strong, I guess, and to... I guess mostly for the strength.
I actually expected M7 instead of M6.
M7?
Yeah.
The
just one space. Yeah, one space like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brandon usually prefers to be a bit more tight on the stones. But I think this is slightly better shape for me, at least. I agree with that.
Could also play D10 to be really annoying.
You can do that later.
Of, psychological warfare there.
I like with moves like D10. I like to leave them because the opponent wants to eventually do that, and so they're the ones who have to sit there and worry about when to fix that shape.
Actually, one of the areas I was looking at was C16. Some agi in the top left corner. If Black does get strong around White's enclosure, there's actually a move at C16, which Black should be eyeing at this moment. It is a potential attacking sequence that takes away the corner and puts White in some trouble.
Yeah, if Black gets another move over here, there is this problem that White has in the corner because of the cutting points and everything, and Black being strong everywhere. It's gonna be hard for White to manage this situation. Instead of pushing 04. Extending to S3 was better. Where's S3? Oh, okay, on the bottom right, yeah.
Yeah.
S3 was one we discussed earlier on, yeah. Yes, in the game. Looks like Firzen's trying to fight back.
Yeah, in the game, seems like, as I'm watching from the live screen, Black has killed something, it appears.
Yeah, but it looks like White also broke in, so let's see how that happened.
I was a little bit surprised there, actually. I thought White would try to push and cut.
Okay.
I think this was a pivotal moment of the game. You know, if Black fails here, then the game is over.
So you were thinking he was going to push and cut like this?
Not now, but after that one push. You know, so White played at 09.
Yes.
So White pushed once and then made 2 more exchanges.
Just keep pushing.
Yeah, well, in the game he pushed, right?
Well,
okay.
He did the,
so that would that also works. So if White pushes and cuts now, I think Black has a bit of a problem here, doesn't he?
Yeah, it seems like Black isn't really able to manage this. Surely
this is good for White.
Then White can Hane here, it looks like.
Yeah, and remember that White can always throw in at end 11, which is a move that reduces Black's liberties.
So it seems like...
I think there's got to be a way for White to kill Black here.
Yeah, so it seems that Black's attack was potentially an overplay.
Yeah, it could be very costly.
Yeah, but what White did in the game was this peep instead, which ended up similar because Black pushed and cut through here. And instead of taking advantage of the cut like you were talking about, he decided to come into the side. Which
I'm a little bit surprised.
I'm a little bit surprised, but it's worth quite a few points. And now the corner has a little bit of Aji as well.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of aji with like the Hane here at S10. So some good in-game potential there.
I still feel like Black got a bit of a reprieve from this sequence. He killed White's 4 stones in the center, reduced White's bottom, and did get, the block at Q18, which is very big.
Mm.
So I would still feel like Black got a better result from this sequence.
It's hard for me to say if he got the better result. We'd have to actually count it. Because, I mean, Black did lose, like, 12 to 15 points or more. So that it was pretty big.
Yeah. We do have to compare that to the added value of Q18 and the kill in the center and the center reduction. For example, the extension at K6 there.
Yeah, I think the extension of K6 makes it slightly better for Black, actually.
Yeah,
but I think
it's possible that White, Black didn't really manage enough to come back.
Yeah, I don't think he got enough.
And I think White playing a C13 is a very good move. It's a very solid move. It enables D10 for later, and that's looking very possible at the moment. And
makes his
because
supporter
White
really
fixed
strong.
A C13, it's a very solid move, which allows Black to, which allows White to fix this corner once and for all.
Yeah, and then White actually ended up getting the big corner, like the big endgame move in the corner in the bottom right as well.
So actually, an interesting detail here, as I just went back to the game window. Brandon has used up all his main time, and Firzen still has 13 minutes left. So it seems visible that White has spent more time on this game.
Yeah. But I said both of them are usually pretty fast. I guess Firzen.
Yeah.
I guess Firzen is just a little bit of a faster player.
He likes to no scope. I think as Brandon now playing as White, I would try to think about how to simplify the game.
That's what it seems like he's doing with the C13.
I do feel that White's got a lead. Not even necessarily from the counting, I feel that Black did get a better result. Slightly, but it's unclear. I thought that White should have killed Black in the center. So that it is a step forward from immediate resignation. Having said that, White does have plenty of areas to shrink Black's territory because his shape is very good. I still think the biggest mistake came from Black's N12 move because it allowed White to suddenly, take advantage in the center, and White is suddenly not weak anymore.
Yeah.
And you realize that solid shape is actually very, very important in a game like this.
Yeah, it is very important. But White does still have to worry a little bit about that center group because it is not alive yet.
Right. So he still needs to be a little bit careful. At the moment, White has taken the D10 move. The shoulder hit, which is a very sharp attack. And it looks like Black has some severe shape problems now. This is due to obviously Black leaving a gap with a slightly incomplete shape. There are some problems there. And no matter what, Black will have to suffer from a reduction of some sort. I'm very surprised that White has cut the other way though. In the game at B4, I thought White would naturally cut on the other side at B6, and now he cuts.
Yeah,
he would cut off those stones.
This one. Okay, I think that White has to do this one, right? It just works.
Yeah, I think this is necessary.
He could do this.
Yeah, I mean, if white Atari's this way, then he still has all the things he can do as in the game. Um, although having said that, I mean, I think black still has a bit of a problem later on. This is definitely bigger, though. I would prefer this for white.
Yeah, I would prefer this as well. I mean, people are asking like, "Oh, was white really simplifying the game?" But yes, I mean, this isn't something that's going to be a difficult fight for white to do. So this would be something simple for white. It's more so the burden is on black in this case. But white made it extremely simple in just taking the corner end game. And while that was really big, it does feel like black can then take the 2 stones in the center if white doesn't protect them.
By the way, we have 182 viewers now.
Yes, it was a nice host from Batsko.
Oh, thank you very much for the host.
Yes, thank you very much.
And we're almost at 200 now.
Oh, very nice.
This is very exciting. Is this the most you've got?
Yeah, the highest we got before was like 120 or 130 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be the highest for now.
Yeah. Just you wait. It's gonna be one day with 15,000 waiting for you.
Well, white decided to start playing end game. He's playing this really big end game move here, but black seems to think that he needs to fight a little bit more and try to attack the middle group, because as I mentioned already, the middle group's not alive yet.
Yeah, I think that this is black's last chance now, because black hasn't really had a chance to gain up on white, and it seems like white, is reducing black's territory in Sente everywhere.
Yeah.
So black has to kill, but it's very much
killing is extremely difficult.
Tricky, yeah. So, like I said, I think that it's much easier to live than to kill things. And I think black made a move at S13 in the game, which surprised me because I thought he would try to cap at least. Even though that's also difficult. But I think black should at least cap.
Well, I think S13 might be necessary because white seems like it can get an eye abusing the liberties that black has in that area in two different spots, like P14 area and S13 could potentially have an eye. So I think because there's too much potential for possibly getting 2 eyes in that area, black wanted to just prevent it right away, and it's also a big end game point.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is that white's got too good of a shape. And I mean, this is very difficult to kill or to take advantage of.
Yeah. And I think maybe his goal is to attack it in a way that he naturally captures the 2 stones on the left, so he doesn't have to go back and add an extra move there.
I think that white actually has a bit of a Tsuji at K14. If white wedges at K14, then if black tries to Atari from the top, then white can squeeze at L16, and that leaves black's shape in a very bad position.
Yeah, there's
in the future, though.
Yeah, there is this potential for the wedge here. Yeah, that's just to help white get more eyes. So let's see what his plan is. So it seems like he just ended up getting some good in-game exchanges, I guess, is what happened. And white is just focusing on fixing the group. So let's see if would it be possible if instead of S13, if black did something like this.
Yeah, that was what I was talking about. Although this is also very difficult. Like I said, white has the Tsuji at K14, so I don't think killing is possible.
Yeah, and it feels like with this Tsuji and this move, it seems that white's already sort of alive everywhere, right?
Yeah. And obviously white has E19, so if black responds to that, then obviously that would mean that white has center in the endgame. To be fair, there's not much endgame left. Seems like throughout this game, white has been, living with good shape and just trying to take points, play a very solid style.
Yeah, he even got a couple points in the end game here.
Yeah, and I think the painful thing for black is, because black's center group is not alive, like it doesn't have 2 eyes, then in the future black will have to fill liberties.
Yeah. Black will have to capture these 3 stones.
To take those 4 stones off the board.
4 stones, yeah.
So, that's another few points gone. It's not a great feeling when your opponent's just picking off points slowly but surely.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to shape. At the end of the day, it all comes down to who has the solid, the more solid structure, which would make it a lot easier to enclose territory and play center endgame moves. For example, white's top left corner is very large and very solid. So I think C16 was something black could have looked into, even if black didn't have a stone at C13 there. But he didn't manage to. So white now has a corner with 17 points. And
the Goban is the
together
real winner
with
here.
Other pockets of territory, I think it's very difficult for black to overturn this game now.
Yeah, it seems to be just a little bit too difficult. But don't actually know the score, so we probably should try to see what the count is.
So yeah, let's see. White has 17 in the corner. Could get maybe 5-ish in the center, and 31, 35, 39, 46, 47.
Yeah, I count white has about like 70. I count white with about 70.
I mean, with the...
Not counting anything in the center.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I counted wrong. It has to be right now. It's at 17 in the top left, and then
17.
like 40, 50. Yeah, there's a lot of points there.
But let's count black. Let's count black. Black has then assuming that he would have to take those 4 stones off the board.
Yeah. Did you add Comey? No, I did not add. I don't believe I added Comey as well. But I might have added Comey, which is why the score might be higher than I thought it was. I'll have to count white again.
Yeah, I think you added Comey.
Because black, I got around 60, 65 area. So if it's with Comey, then the difference is pretty big. Especially since I didn't count anything in the center there. Any of those extra small 1 or 2 points there.
Yeah, I'm afraid black doesn't have enough now. It's a good opening match. This not a lot of intense fighting. Obviously, some games have more close calls, co-fights.
Well, you'd expect with Brandon's game, his intention in most of his games is to keep them extremely simple and to not fight too much. Right. So he's going to do whatever he can to simplify the game.
It is a good skill to have, Personally, I know that one of my friends from our local Go Club plays a very solid style. And I think I learned a lot of endgame skills from him, and I've become more patient to play a more balanced game, a more end game based game. So
Yeah.
I've won a few times on Taijam now, just trying to, play good Yosei.
Yeah. Yeah, with the that's one of the things that Brandon is actually not that great at is in game. It's funny because he's really good at judging the situation for the most part, but he's just not very good at end game. So you'll see here in the last few moves, he's probably going to lose a couple points every so often because he plays the move that's slightly less optimal.
Yeah, he needs to be careful of the Agi in the top left.
There is a little bit of Agi there, yeah.
Frozen Soul says, Xhu, can you evaluate the point loss of individual exchanges yet? Not under time pressure.
And not under time pressure. And not on stream, probably.
It's just something I don't do that I should probably get better at.
Mm-hmm.
But, as a rule of thumb, you should try to play the large Sente moves first, and then no matter what, just, try to play your best endgame. Even if you are short on time. It's more of a problem with me, because usually in tournament game, I try to play seriously in the first half, and then when I go into endgame, I'm usually in Byoyomi.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate that I haven't got much chance to practice that. But
he doesn't need. XHU doesn't do it because he doesn't need to. That's what Introvic says. Do you kill a lot of things in your game? Do you get super far ahead?
Does seem like what I've done so far, just to take large Sente and then, keep myself in initiative works most of the time.
The question is, who do you want to beat? Well, for me, I want to beat Little Lamb later tonight. We'll see what happens, though.
Oh yes, you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be around for that one, but I might tune in because
it'll be a good game. Hopefully,
it'll be a good game.
I mean, I played him the last Creators Invitational, and I didn't do as bad as I thought I did when I was a Q player. So now I have to try to do a bit better.
That one is, I believe, in 7 hours.
Let me see. What time is it right now?
It is 9 o'clock my time. And remember that the calendar that we have on our tournament website does adjust to your own time zone if you set it in your OSR account. Otherwise, I think it'll be UTC by default.
Mm-hmm.
Just basically, try to figure out what the time would be in your time zone. Who is commenting that game? I am not sure, actually. I sent out.
Brandon said that he might comment on the game, so we're gonna probably figure it out after this, though.
Right. So the general idea for this tournament is that we are trying to, when scheduling games, we're trying to let the broadcasters know as soon as possible. Of course you can.
Well, that's why I said we need to see if Brandon had any plan first, and then we can decide after that.
Yeah. We do have to have someone hosting, though, and that involves setting up the scenes and using the design, the beautiful design that Ryota-kun provided for us.
They put a lot of effort into this. You got to use it.
Yeah, so hopefully someone will be able to host Frozen Soul.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
If Brandon's in a good mood, right? After winning this game, he could be streaming. It's a nice game to begin the tournament with.
Yeah, Peyton already won the tournament. Yeah.
Yeah. We just dropped one. Peyton got the most votes, so we'll be mailing the trophy tomorrow.
Yeah, we can after the game we can invite the players.
Yeah.
I think we can do that pretty easily in Discord. That should be simple. Or if not, we can just move to a different area.
Yes, Peyton is actually my favorite pick. If I were a pundit right now, I would 100%. Cool. Maybe we could have a Brandon and Frozen Soul stream then.
Yeah, maybe. I'll have to walk Brandon through setting everything up, though. That's the part that I'm not looking forward to. But it should be fine. P13.
Yeah, I mean, most of it is just doing window captures, putting everything in place.
Yeah.
And making sure it fits. And then you already have all the pictures that you need.
Yeah. I think we have all the pictures. At least they're on the website. I've been downloading those.
Which is why we have the website.
Yep.
So everyone has all the resources they need. The players, the spectators, the streamers. Mm-hmm. So that's what the players page is for. You can grab all the information you need. And marvel at Night Forced's amazing profile.
People really like it, but my profile picture was voted to be the best for a while, and then it tied with his, I believe, right?
I think so.
So I tied, so that's good enough. Good enough for me. Tied for first.
Entravis says, "What do you guys think about P13 for black?" It's a Sente move.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how much it gains because white can Atari.
Yeah. Atari back, and then.
So if we go back here, if black plays this, white can Atari back, and then connect. And if black Atari is here, I guess it's a fine exchange, but I'm not sure how much it's gaining for black because white doesn't really have any points in that area anyway. So it's preventing white from random move. Preventing white from doing this, basically. And reducing 1 or 2 points here. So it's not a bad move.
Looks like the game is approaching a conclusion, and white's going to win this.
Yeah, especially since black still has to capture those 4 stones. Since he wasn't able to make those eyes.
It'd be a comfortable victory, and both players are down to you and me. No?
Yeah, Krieger says that usually when Brandon plays Firzen, he tries to make a fun game, but this game is boring in comparison. But that's because it's a more serious game for both of them. They're both trying a bit.
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to play ridiculous moves. They're just trying to play moves that'll win them the game.
It's good to see serious play as well. You can't play as freely as in practice or a casual game, but
yes, Klimu. He says it has been recorded, guys, and yes, when you stream to Twitch, it records automatically to the Twitch channel, and I can upload it to YouTube or download it from there. Yeah, seems like we caught up with most of the questions in the chat, so that's good. But I told Brandon to actually play a serious game because I don't want him to accidentally lose.
I think he wants to win this thing, right?
Yeah, he was. I mean, we joke around a lot when we talked with each other, and so he was saying that maybe I can just have fun, but no, I don't really believe that he would try to do that in a tournament like this.
I feel like he's that type of guy who would joke around before, after tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Same as I do. I try to have some fun, and the ultimate purpose of this event is to obviously enjoy oneself and play some good games. And
but what would the R stand for, Smurfing? He says that we should have called this crit and not CIT.
Oh, just creators.
Yeah, but,
like
but
I
don't like taking the first two letters like that. It feels like the R is useless.
It's like changing MIT to mate.
It's something you guys can call it if you want to, right?
But yeah, I think
Crinto. Yep.
Crinto.
Creators Invitational Tournament. See, if we do it with all of them, then I guess it's fine. But then Ryota-kun will have to remake all the graphics.
See if you can fit Crinto in the top left corner.
It'll be fine. He can do it.
Yeah, I think Brendan would be would be a serious tournament player, yeah. as I know him.
He tries a little bit at least.
I just hope that we'll get to see a lot of dedicated players throughout the course of this tournament. I think they really deserve the attention they get. It's good for the community to see someone like that. And I mean, when I first started streaming 3 years ago, I was pretty new to the Go scene, and I wasn't so fluent. But then I realized that I became a very, very luckily a source of inspiration for some people, and I think it's good.
Yeah, I think the most important thing.
We need more enthusiastic guys.
Oh yeah.
In the Go community.
Yeah, I think
next year we can maybe even make a larger tournament, if the time and capacity do allow.
Yeah, I do think that like the reason why you ended up becoming a lot bigger is because you were very consistent, weren't you? You streamed
I did
every
take
Friday
I did
for
take
a long
multiple month breaks, but during those breaks, actually, I wasn't completely away from Go.
Wow.
I actually spent. That's a giveaway I didn't expect.
Yeah, we should look at that.
So usually during my vacations, I like going to different places. And for example, I was in Australia this past winter. For them, it's summer, obviously. But I like to do a little bit of traveling. And for me, I think it's important not to ignore the RL, the real life part of the Go community as well. It's very important to go to Go clubs and try to meet more people there. And I had a great time. So far I've been to plenty of places. I might go to European Go Congress, US Go Congress this year. It'll be a nice summer. So when I'm not streaming, it's still a great time for me. I still enjoy playing Go, and I just hope that I can continue to do it.
But yes. You did go lots of places. I saw a bunch of pictures you posted on Facebook. But yeah, in the game though, it was kind of shocking that Brandon just gave this away right away. I mean, I think
so too. Yeah,
he should be far enough ahead that I guess he just thought it was okay. But it looks like there's just literally nothing here. I mean, it doesn't matter what Black plays. It looks like, I mean, White can sort of play whatever move he wants, and it seems to work. Doesn't seem like there's anything here. There's actually a rule. There's a rule that I learned a long time ago. If there's 10 spaces open in the corner, then there's a possibility for a Seki. But if there's more than that, it's less likely there is a Seki there. In this case, there's quite a few more spaces than 10.
Is that some trickery that I see?
Yeah. So if you're ever worried about a corner, just look if there's 10 spaces or not. But he just gives away the stones because he doesn't care. I guess he thinks he's more than enough ahead. I guess they're going.
And so they're counting. Looks like Brandon has won the game by 6.5 points, which is exactly the amount of Comey that he gets. Yeah, I think there's not much for White to worry about in the end game because he's all safe. His groups are fine.
Yeah, so
White
we can
wins, just play in a relaxed way.
White wins by 6.5, and so he had more than enough to give away the left side, even though that was a really huge reduction.
I think we can try to invite the two players for some review now.
Yeah, I can go to Discord and see if there's a way to. We may want to just move to the Creators Invitational room.
Right.
So I think
let's try to do that.
I'm going to leave the call, and you'll be right back, I guess.
Yep.
All right, that didn't take long.
Almost instantaneously.
Let's make this for 4 people.
Didn't know you could set the capacity for that.
Set the capacity because I don't want there to be any random people jumping in.
No hecklers?
I'm just sending a message now.
Yeah.
Did he join already? Hey, Brandon.
Hello.
Hey, Brandon.
Can't hear you.
Oh, it's his
Can
fault.
you hear me?
He has to restart his thing, probably.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Brandon. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
There's much fighting. Actually, not that much fighting as we expected.
Yeah. I try to avoid fights.
Let me see if we can get Firzen in the call.
Yeah, he said he should be joining here soon.
Okay.
There we go. Hello, Firzen.
Hi, Firzen.
Let's see if he can hear us, right? Because we can't hear him.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
there he is.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Not sure how well I can talk, but I will try.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, good game, guys.
Yeah, I thought I had him for a while, and then I threw it all away.
And threw it all away. Are you in the review room?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Is Brandon there? He's not there.
What are you talking about? I'm right here.
Yeah, you just now joined. I saw you. I was watching it.
He was waiting. He was waiting for it to mention it.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. But yeah, so how did you feel just about the opening? Because I wasn't sure. I think I sort of preferred White, truthfully.
I also liked White.
We know Brandon.
Probably not surprising.
Nope.
I liked Black.
So you think when do you think it started to turn around for you?
I think this sequence was really good for me.
Oh, you do?
You don't?
No. This is something that we were talking about.
White.
Yeah, this is something that we were talking about in the review and on the stream and such, is that we think that if you just extend here, it seems difficult for White.
I thought about it.
Because White can't invade right now, right?
Yeah, that was the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this sequence, I was worried that my stone in the center would get too heavy.
Okay.
And that when Brandon comes back to cut off the left side, it will get tricky for me to handle.
Nah, don't worry. He doesn't want to fight.
He doesn't like fighting. It's fun.
Yeah, Brandon never fights.
Yeah, we thought this was we just thought this was a little bit weird.
It looks a little cleaner, but I don't know. I was happy with the game result too.
Was it possible that maybe you should just because if you're worried about that sort of thing, maybe you just protect here and leave it up to Brandon to protect his stones in the center somehow.
Now that would be boring though.
Be boring.
But I agree. This is probably even better.
Just more simple, and you can try to attack him in a different way later if you can.
But if the game stays simple, then I'm just going to lose.
Aww.
Well, that is
Be confident.
that is the Brandon Brandon likes simple games. So ideally, he would be winning if it was simple, right?
Otherwise, he would kind of lose his brand.
I mean, if my games aren't chaos, I also lose my brand.
Well, this game wasn't as much chaos as I thought it could have been.
I really tried. I think I had a real shot, and like I was slightly ahead after the middle game, I think, and then I threw it away in like the very late middle game or like the early end game.
Yeah, because we counted around here, and it didn't actually seem like you were that far behind or that far ahead. Like it seemed like it was probably an even game.
Yeah, it was really close here.
But
then
that middle fight here. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was really good for me. I think Brandon missed that I can play M4.
I was a bit surprised that you didn't try to cut black apart, Brandon, because I thought at this very moment you could push and cut.
I thought just breaking in was more than good enough.
He can? No, I can just jump, right? And he's in trouble.
If you jump in the center.
Which jump? Oh, but see, now he can throw in and 11 directly.
Well, this should be fine enough, right?
Yeah, he can squeeze me, but
isn't that just dead?
I mean, so instead of M10 though by white, just throw in directly.
No, but isn't that already dead though? This is just dead.
Not really, because
P10 kills white now, right?
Does it kill white? I guess we could throw in first, right?
Yeah, well, it would be better to throw in.
These turns.
Yeah, and then just
oh yeah, the throw in. Jeez, I completely missed it. That would have blindsided me so hard.
and white can then this would just kill completely.
Yeah, I totally missed it.
So I was a bit surprised that Brandon you didn't play this generation, but you seemed happy with just breaking in and completing a trade.
Yeah.
And I felt like if I did cut and made a mistake, it would be game over. So I went with this was more simple to me.
Mm-hmm. And we counted it, and it seems that actually black does get a little bit extra. Like it gets more from this than what you got from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because black's able to get this reduction over here as well.
Yeah, when you forced me to connect at an 8 here, I was really happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think black would be relieved to see that white didn't push and cut there. I really thought that there was a chance for white to dismantle black's shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Brandon played 05, it took me by surprise because I missed that in my reading.
So
I was like, now I got him with M4, and then Brandon Atari at 05, and I was like, oh damn. Because like before attaching at M7, I read this far, and then like it happened just how I read. But I missed Brandon's Atari, and I was like, shit.
Oh. Yeah, that happens. That just happens.
Yeah.
It sucks, though.
I thought black had the chance in the top left this entire time. Before white got the move at C13, it's possible that black could try something at C16 just because he has surrounding stones from both sides. And even though that having a stone at C13 would certainly be more ideal, I think this is tryable. But after white played at C13, it seems that chance is gone.
I never felt like I had the time. I really wanted to play that, or like something like maybe just C14 to defend the D10 weakness as well.
Yeah, but it does feel like you don't have the time.
Having that extra stone really helps.
Yeah.
But I felt like I never had the right time to put an extra stone down.
Yeah, because this middle fight, it does feel like you do need to protect the corner here.
Yeah.
I feel like also I felt protecting the corner is probably Sente.
Because the center group?
Yeah, like I would have been really scared to leave it without eyes.
Let's Brandon wasn't worried at all right?
I thought I could get out or live locally.
Yeah, it does seem like white has good opportunity for 2 eyes right now.
Yeah, I think here I should probably attach to the white stone, right?
Which Whitestone?
The one just played, like B13, I felt like would probably be helpful for me.
I was thinking C12.
Yeah, either one just to fix the shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit helpful.
Yeah.
And I think the last thing.
I was counting the whole time, and I knew it was really close.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I needed to get a move in at the top because that would help me in the fight on the top and right. That's why I played E18, because I was like, I want to strengthen my group so I can fight better.
So all this time, right?
Oh yeah, go on. Sorry.
So your focus was on trying to attack White's top right group, maybe, because in the game you thought that it wasn't alive completely.
Yeah, like I feel like I wasn't reading very deeply. I just saw that I can reduce it to 1 eye and thought that had to be good for me.
Mm.
But I feel like now I should just leave it like this and maybe get a move at J11 or something.
Yeah, that's what we showed in the live review. That back when you played, we'll skip this part for now. But when you played S13, we thought that maybe it was better to try to do something here. You get a couple extra points in the center there.
I feel like if I play here, I'm actually ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well, Brandon did give up a few points in the end game at the very last top left corner there. So he was about. So before then, he was about 10 points. So you need.
I noticed.
Yeah. So you need but no, before that means he was about 10 points ahead. So I guess you just need enough to build here, huh?
I counted him as 12 points ahead.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would this be enough, do you think? I mean, I guess you get a couple extra points, like more points than you'd get in the game, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say for me if it's good enough.
It's hard for White to handle, right?
Yeah, White just has to try to make eyes directly, I believe.
Like, even just if I can make a big enough eye in the center, right? That just gives me like the points there plus 3 points because I don't need to deal with the Semidori. Mm-hmm. So that's already pretty big.
Yeah, so this would be better than the game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Creakers asked a question in the Twitch chat. If you cap the white group and let it live small locally, it doesn't get the points in the center, would you win? I think it's, I mean, I think certainly a better chance for black, I think.
Yeah, it's a much closer game.
Oh, geez, sorry.
Yeah, it's a much closer game, so it's much more likely.
Right. Because in the game, White did get points in the center, and because Black's central group is cut off, he needed 3 extra moves in his territory to take the 4 white stones off the board. Mm-hmm. So that could make a lot of difference, actually.
Well, yeah, White got a couple extra points here, and then you would have had possibly a couple more points in this area, so it looks like it would have been a big enough difference, probably.
Yeah, I was really unhappy with the result here for me. Mm-hmm. Like, after Brandon played the move just before my move here, I was like, oh damn. Because when I counted, I was like, there aren't really any points there. And then Brandon played the sequence and I was like, oh damn, I just lost. Like, I totally like slept on that. Mm-hmm. I feel like up to this point, like it's still pretty much even. Mm-hmm. And then when Brandon got those points in the center, like I lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I counted Brandon would get 2, and then he got like 11 points in the center, and that was that. Like
that's a little sad. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously plus the fact that Black had to fill in 3 times, so
yeah,
it's actually a huge difference there.
Yeah, at this point, I was just exhausted. I was just like, it's over soon. And then
Well, you
I
have
just messed up. But like up to this point, I'm pretty happy with the game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like how the center played out is the only thing I'm really unhappy with.
I was a little bit surprised, Brandon, that you didn't cut from B6 instead of B4. I thought here if you cut, no matter what black does, there's that cutting point at D7s. You can actually slice off 3 black stones. And I thought that would be really good for you.
Yeah, I just went Sente here.
Oh, but
So I just
wouldn't it? It would be the same. You'd still get the same end game here if you really wanted to do that stuff too quick, and so you'd still get this anytime you wanted to, even after this, right?
Even after this exchange,
because he wants to reduce your liberties here, so you'd still always have that in reserve for later. So wouldn't this just be better?
And obviously, if black took directly at 4, then you can just connect at 5 with 1 more liberty. So that would be even better for you in the center. So
I would think it would be better, but I was just happy with the corner, so I just took it.
Yeah, because even here, black still sort of owes a move. Otherwise, he has shape issues later. So
I mean, my 3 stones just get captured, so I'm behind at this point too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here it seems like it could get complicated, though.
Yeah, after white got D10, like that was just a shape nightmare on the left side. I really needed to add a move there earlier.
Yeah, you need what you guys are suggesting, maybe the bump or attachment or something.
This move was just so hard to handle, like.
I was thinking because you were behind, you would just push out and try to start a fight instead of just taking points.
Like
I didn't count myself as behind. That's the issue here.
Oh, okay.
I also think that D10 would be, D11 would be difficult for black though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it depends on how Sente J11 is, right?
Yeah, I mean, like if this move is Sente at all times, then I think this could be good.
Mm-hmm.
But
it is risky though, because you do lose all the left side stuff if if this battle doesn't work out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought white was ahead, so I assumed black would try to fight back and complicate the game.
I'm not sure if I counted incorrectly or if you just didn't count and just went by feeling.
I went by feeling.
Yeah, that's what he does.
but of course, it's very accurate.
But we did count, like we did count the game, and it was always sort of close. So it does seem like at this point it did seem like you were much further behind, so you had to try something.
Yeah, this is
you, Firzen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this was the point where I think you had to do something at least. You just try something.
Because I'm not alive in the top right, it could get messy, which I wouldn't like.
No, Brandon might back off and give you extra points.
Yeah, but
I thought
it's very simple.
Mm-hmm. The main turning point I thought was first there was N12. I thought black would play at M13, but then obviously as we discussed in the center, white didn't really push and cut, which I think had a really good chance of killing black's stones. So that made the game a little bit more uncertain for white, because black did get a few like center reducing moves, and then he killed the 4 stones. But overall, it's a really well played game, guys. You must be looking forward to the rest of this tournament now.
I'm excited. Honestly, I'm happy with how I played. I made some blunders in a way, like that Brandon just didn't punish.
Yeah.
But I'm actually happy with the game. That's like the main thing for me.
Yeah, I think the game it was a good start to the tournament here. It was a good first game.
I'm glad I could deliver.
Yes.
Yeah. Does anyone have in Twitch have questions for the players or for us?
But yeah, no big deaths in this game. We'll have to leave that for the Triton game.
Oh yeah. Later tonight, yeah. I'm playing Little Lamb. I'm gonna die everywhere.
By the way, that will be tonight. Actually, in about 6.5 hours, we'll see.
Man, that's 4 a.m. for me. Inconsiderate.
Yeah, Brandon's excitement is and Firzen's excitement is I'm excited. I guess Brandon's not really that excited, huh?
I'm very excited.
It just never sounds like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win the tournament.
Brandon's even more excited than me. He said he's very excited.
Oh yeah, he's very excited.
Yeah. When he says it means like he's super psyched.
He doesn't know what to
When
say.
Brandon says it can mean literally anything.
Yeah, it can literally mean anything.
Yeah, I don't show emotions too well. Like when my mom bought me a new car for my 16th birthday, she had to ask me if I liked it. Because I kind of just stared at it and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." And then she's like, "Do you like it?"
He's not very good with his emotions.
I just don't show emotion that much.
Brandon confirmed dead inside.
Yeah. So right, that would be tonight. We have another game from Group A with Little Lamb versus Triton. Baduk, our very own host.
Yeah.
Today,
I'll win.
Looks like a very good opener. Thank you so much for watching this game. I hope both of you enjoyed playing each other. Definitely more chances in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
thanks for playing, Brandon. Good game.
Yes, thanks. Good game.
Yeah.
Probably our best game.
Probably, actually, yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, I think we'll see you guys later tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. See you.
See you guys.
All right. Take care, guys.